French press review a little bit earlier on. We were talking about Sarkozy and Merkel meeting, of course, to talk about European governance, the Eurobond as well. What are the German press saying about that? Because Germany's being pretty negative, aren't they?
They have been pretty negative. And as we were saying in the French press review, according to the French press, this idea of a Eurobond is spreading gradually in Germany. We're going to take a look at Die Welt, which says that German banks liken Eurobonds to poison pills. So a little less positive than the French press about this. Die Welt talks to chief economist of Deutsche Bank, Thomas Mayer, who's clearly against Eurobonds. He says that they will harm Germany and they will benefit crisis countries. And so, as I said, that he likens them to poison pills for the monetary union. So very harsh words indeed from the German press.
And another story you actually mentioned in the French press review as well. World Youth Day. It's kicking off in Madrid, but there's a lot of scandal in Spain for its cost.
That's right. We're going to start by looking at the International Herald Tribune preparing for the Pope. And you'll see a photo there of portable confession booths. So it's very convenient if you're rollerblading, obviously. Now, as we mentioned, it's the 26th edition of the World Youth Day, and 450,000 worshippers are expected to flock to the Spanish capital. Now, those are the ones that have registered. 3 times that amount are expected to actually attend the event. The highlight, of course, will be the Pope's visit on Thursday. And as you were saying, there's been a real scandal that's been sparked because of the cost of this event. Now, some $72 million will be dished out for the celebration. A lot of people are saying that that's a hefty price tag, given that Spain is in the midst of an austerity drive. Now, a lot of criticism is actually coming from within the Catholic Church, but the biggest critics are Los Indignados, also known as the 15M movement. So these protesters that took over the Puerta del Sol in May, calling on reform. They're angry that the government is going to have to foot the bill, for instance, of security and other perks. For instance, pilgrims will get 80% off public transport, while normal citizens have seen the price of metro tickets go up 50% now. In El País, there's an opinion piece by Victoria Martin de la Torre, who's also critical of the cost of the event, but says that matters is what the money is being used for, is not what the money is being used for, but who is going to pay. And it's critical of the Los Indignados, saying that they're critical of the World Youth Day as a whole. And it says that in doing so, they're being intolerant and betraying the very democratic principles that they're defending. And the El País explores why this visit of the Pope is a problem in Spain. It wasn't one in France or in the UK. And according to this article, it's because the country is still overcoming the wounds of 40 years of dictatorship.
Incredible, those confession booths. They don't look particularly private, did they? The London riots are still making the papers as well. British Prime Minister outlining his response to the rioting.
Absolutely. We're going to take a look at the cover of The Guardian, where you see Cameron there giving a speech in front of a graffiti wall in a youth centre. Tough love and tougher policing. Those are the Prime Minister's solutions for broken Britain, according to The Guardian. Now, inside, it investigates the justice system, which has been working around the clock to try looters. And it's interesting because it says that magistrates have been told they can ignore normal sentencing guidelines and trying to make an example of the looters. For instance, basically, the court can consider that the riots are an aggravating factor for any offense. And that can explain some of the harsh sentences that have been being handed out. For instance, a student that was accused of stealing 3.5 pounds worth of bottled water has been jailed for 6 months. So it really demonstrates this zero tolerance policy that the government has been saying they're going to put forward.
Okay, and finally, you're going to go on something completely different. Japan, some of the papers looking at the future of Japan's nuclear program after Fukushima.
Absolutely. This is also an article in The Guardian. It says that after nearly half a century of producing nuclear power, Japan has finally separated regulation from promotion. Now, this comes as the Japanese cabinet has decided to transfer the country's nuclear safety agency from the Trade Ministry to the Environment Ministry. Now, people are hoping that this will stop Japanese energy firms from manipulating the nuclear power. And according to the article, this is a move to restore public trust. But The Guardian wonders if it's too late.
All right, Florence, thank you very much. That's Florence Filmino here, as ever, at this time with the International Press Review here on France 24.